everybody. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Sorry I'm not showing my face at the moment. I've just got in, but I thought that I have to come on and do this while I'm feeling like this, and also because of the time, not like the literal time now, but I mean in the whole scope of things, the time, things that I've been seeing playing out, the patterns that I have been accustomed to watching the community. And I stand true, confident in my declaration, in my truth, because I am not coming from a place of wanting to be right. I have looked at, as best of my ability and my experience, at things from many angles as possible. And I've come to the point where I have to stop people pleasing, worrying about what people think, and just fricking do it. And I have a lot of experience in the truth movements and spiritual, awakening movements, of which I've been a part of since '97. And I feel that I am, I should share my knowledge with you. And it's not that there's been a silly narrative that someone put out that this is, let me just say, the spiritual and the truth movements, right? I have been in since '97, like I said, and I watched it go from no one, being involved. It was very underground, to it becoming something that was trendy and, like popular. And you call that the new age, you see. And there's a very fine line, but what I wanted, there's just so much, but what I want to let you know, what I want to share with you is the journey of it and where I am now, because I stand here with no like effigies, no crystals, nothing that would show you that I'm a hippie spiritual man, because at the end of the day, you can wear a suit and be a hippie. It's not what you wear, it's not what you read, it's not what you buy, it's nothing to do with that. It's a state of mind, okay? It's nothing on the outside, okay? And one thing I feel very strongly about is, if you're going to talk about something, you have people, because this is serious, vulnerable people come in, when they've had their awakening, they're vulnerable, okay? And these people need to be treated with care and respect. So if you're giving information, make sure you freaking know what you're talking about. When someone has an awakening, it's crazy. I can't, it's very clear to see that, when you come to a certain level, you don't want to argue. So I have been accused of things that I have, as a person as in the awakening, it is just crazy. How can I be accused of thinking that my way is the only way, or I know it more, or and another thing I want to clear up: when people say rabbit holes, listen to me. Spiritual awakening and awakening to the corruption, they're not the same thing, okay? When you have a spiritual awakening, you will never forget it. It'll be a profound experience. And do not judge it, if you took some mushrooms, or if you eat. No one should judge the experience, because at the end of the day, you have to come to terms with what you saw, realized. It's like a veil's gone and you cannot go back, like the red pill, blue pill, okay? And it is a fearless journey of self-discovery, of which you have to kill the ego, because it's all about taking responsibility. I watched a live stream the other day and I couldn't believe it. Someone was going, yeah, all the plastic and all the pollution, it's the corporate people, it's not us. And I'm thinking, what? But you freaking bought it and used it. There's no. So, you know, like, you know, believe it or not, I know God and the devil are reading about. This awakening is real, and you fucking better believe it, you know? So we have a responsibility to each other, okay? If you're going to give information and talk about stuff, you have to be ready to answer a question, okay? That's what we do. We share information from your insights, from your research, from your experience, okay? You can't say, oh, we're all going to be one, or, you know, everyone's one, but then isolate and ostracize one person over there. Everybody's invited. I'll give you an example. My son's birthday at school years ago. You know how people have their birthdays and they'll get their invitations and then they'll invite, you know, friends that they want to go and leave others out. Bollocks. I wanted to make a point. I invited everyone to his disco. Nobody was excluded, and it brought the class together, okay? If you have some differences going on, you try to work them out, because these differences is where the truth is. These differences, the things that we don't want to look at, the shame and all that sort of stuff, the stuff that we keep hidden, that's where the healing is, okay? So let me tell you something, the truth, the spirituality is not all positive. It really is going into the depths, okay? Because let me tell you something, right? And I will share my whole story. When I was a kid, I've always felt connected to God. It was evident. And when I think I say it was a frog, and my mum says it was something else, but it died and I buried it. And I went and dug it up like 2 weeks later. And it was gone, the bones were there. And I said to my mum, Mum, where's it gone? Oh, it's rotted in the ground. It's gone. Yeah, but no, where's it gone? You know? Where's its soul gone? I remember being a child so innocent, walking down the road in my flowy skirt, going to the park with my cat following me. Totally in my own little world, looking up at the clouds, totally connected. It was like a shield was around me. And as you grow up slowly, it dissipates. You know, but there was a connection. So I went through all the religions looking for God. I used to go down to the local church and drive the priests mad, you know, but I never felt satisfied with their answers. I didn't like the thought of praying up to a God that makes me, you know, feel, do you understand? Oh, heaven, hell. So anyway, I got to Buddhism when I was 18. And off I went, because we're not happy being in the present moment. We're running away from our feelings. And as you all know, I've never lied about it. I have struggled with addiction all my life. What do? We use drugs to push the feeling down. Just like people who eat too much, just like people who watch their iPads too much, just sex, everything, planet of addictions, people, you know? But through these things that give us pain, that we do, through these traumas, we can learn, right? What we do is we tend to project onto other people. But I tell you what, I know I'm flicking around, but what I cannot stand is people who are not honest. Okay? I'm talking about the kind of honesty where you go out for vengeance, revenge. I think that magic, Wicca, voodoo, whatever, I feel this is the kind of same thing. Even if you're saying, oh, I'm doing it for good, I'm a Wicca white witch. Bullshit, it's manipulation of energy. You're doing it to change an outcome. Leave it to God, leave it alone. So, yeah, I didn't join the Bradford Monastery because I didn't want to do what they told me to do. So, you know, off I skipped to India to go to a what's it called, retreat thing. And, you know, there was a guru there. And I was heavily in my addiction and I wanted to get off. And he had a group of women that all followed him. So I went with him and he told me to have a shower and put some robes on. Well, I had a shower, but I wouldn't put the robes on. And I went into the room and he goes, why haven't you got the robes on? And it clicked, it realised I'm my own freaking guru. I don't need to do this. Plus it was so clicky. What, one man with all these women? Yeah, you can see what freaking goes on. All this stuff goes on in our communities, guys, but it's hidden. You won't believe how much this goes on. And I'm just going to be on one tonight and I'm going to say it all because I know I'm flicking around, so I'm going to have to start at the beginning. But this world, right, each year goes by and as I become closer to myself and learning more, and I see the level of deception get worse and worse. Because everything on the outside is a reflection on the inside. Am I like that? Yes, I'm capable of doing that, but I don't want to be like that. There's no point. So all we can do is fix ourselves. You want to change the world? Start with yourself. No. You want to change the world? You start loving yourself. It's really that simple. You know that saying, give it to God? I used to go, what are they freaking on about? Yeah, you just give it to God. I get it now. It's about leaving self-will behind. You know, God, my mind's going a million miles an hour and I'm just, oh, there's 5 of you in. Hello, let me put that on. Let me see if, who's here? Anybody messaged me? I don't know if I, top chat. I can't see any messages, see? I don't know if you're writing to me. I don't know what the hell's going on. I can't see anything. I wish I could see something. I'm hoping the microphone was on. That would just be my freaking luck. Could someone write someone